The most difficult thing in 21st century is but collecting debt. But this girl look weakly was able to collect the debt easily. She sat cross-legged then made phone call. The first person immediately paid off the debt for her. They even thanked her. Her name is Peg. Her family is so poor that she has no thing to eat. When she was a child she really wanted to become the Warren Buffett. For taxi driver, fried chicken's price is $5. When Peg was 20 years old, she sold cigarettes to support her. When she was 21 years old, she received an admission letter from a famous university. To make money to pay extremely expensive school fees, Peg started selling. In 3 days, Peg got $2,000. But the police arrived. Peg was arrested and sentenced to 40 months in prison. During the time in prison, she knew inmates liked to eat yogurt. She tried to talk to the guards and got the yogurt. Then she sold it to other inmates with high price. After that, she became the largest merchant in the prison. She knew her brother had borrowed money to open a pub. The loan company called to collect debt every day. While she received the phone call, Peg knew that each call to collect the debt will get 10% commission. She was extremely excited about this. She realized this was a career that would make a lot of money. She came to a loan shark boss in a company. She wanted to apply for a job there, but the boss saw her weak, wanted to refuse to let her work. She said to boss during 1 month she can reach sales of $3 million. The boss agreed to let her work. Her expression surprised the whole company. But she analyzed the debt. She debited into occupation, age and social status of each person. 3 days later, she called a guy. She said if he didn't pay the debt his mother would know soon. By then he won't be able to come back home. After this phone call, he immediately paid the debt. Even he says thanks for reminding him. She phoned a middle-aged woman again. She said if you didn't pay the debt credits,
it will affect your husband's work. You will get problem with your family. The woman also pays immediately. Then says thanks to her, reminding her to keep happiness. After a half of month, she called to collect a lot of debtors. Half a month later, she succeeded sales of $3 million. The boss found her working effectively, assigned her a task that is difficult to complete. Debt collection is a difficult task, but this task is twice as difficult. The debtor died 20 years ago, leaving a wife who has amnesia, but for her, this mission is not a matter. She brought cake to the debtor's house. She said, if the old woman doesn't pay the debt will pass on to your next generation. Interest will increase hundreds of times. Because she's an old woman, Peg has to talk many times to this woman understand. Finally, this woman used her pension to pay off her debt, then thanks Peg because of reminding. Very quickly to the end of the month her sales reached 5. She calculated the commission to be $500,000. She can pay the school fee, but the bad boss. She resisted but couldn't. She had no choice but still to go home. But she did not give up. She thinks that boss owes her money, definitely have to reclaim. The way is to start a debt collection company by yourself to rob customers from that guy. She used $20,000 to buy back a list of 300 people who owe in the bank. Then she found 5 powerful assistants. Salesman, Indian man, a black-skinned woman, a priest and She said to 5 people that we don't collect debt but to help them reduce their financial burden. It's important to use. She divided 300 bills to everyone in the office, based on skin color, religion, spending habits and so on. It's divided into 5 groups to 5 people. That's so surprise. Under her direction 5 people use their advantages to collect debt. The Indian guy used his ability and got a lot of Indians to pay off their debts. He said to help people get out of debt. Priests rely on the Lord. Everyone immediately paid their debt. The salesmen use sales tips to get them to pay their debt. To persuade black women use skin color. The owner of hair salon said that if they pay the debt they will receive a free hair steaming service. During a half of month, they completed 300 bills. Each person got back a big commission. After she made money, she took another 1,000 debts from broker. He called to bully her. She didn't care about him. Under pressure, hide everyone. But her old boss gave her colleague a nuisance. Although pressure, 1,000 bills are still completed. Peg realized, if she just relied on this application she wouldn't be able to win. Then she used the money of 5 colleagues to buy the bills. Totally 15,000 bills. If they finished all this bill, they would have $100,000. And against her old boss company, but he took advantage of when the office was empty. He stole all the bills. Peg's company is bankrupt. But 5 colleagues did not blame her and still followed her. She came up with a new plan. She went to meet an old friend. Graham used Graham's position as a lawyer to denounce the old boss. The police arrested all of people in his company. Peg's group took the opportunity to steal all of the debt bills. Peg is very happy. She's not only got the lost bills back but also got a lot of other bills. They worked very hardly again. Only 2 months, they finished all that bills. Peg made $1 million in the first time of her life. She getting problem while celebrating. She discovered that Graham was owed a lot of money. The frightening thing is that the debtors who they collect are poor. After paying, they all become homeless. Peg is also a poor girl before. That's why she has empathy with them. Graham discovered she was a debt collector. He criticized her because she did illegal business. When the old boss was released from prison, he denounced Peg. The police confiscated $1 million from her, then arrested her mother and brother to investigate. Peg was crazy. She took the gun to find the guy. She confronted him, but not only is he not afraid, but also ridiculed that a weak girl when faced with the mafia is not afraid. She approached him and kicked him in the groin. He was very hurt and shout. He kicked her under the ground. She hit him with her head. At that moment, Graham and the police too arrested her. In the interrogation room, she apologized to her mother for causing all this. Her mother said that's not her fault, 'cause her mother couldn't bring to her a good life. Peg knew her mother's feelings. She regretted not listening to her mother before, but she did not forgive her old boss. Even she wanted him to pay for the $1 million. She asked Graham to bail her out. She gathered the old boss and his staff to a pub. She talked to him. We shouldn't against each other like that. We should all stick together. Because just like that we can get a lot of money to buy car and house. Everyone was convinced by her. They still worked as a debtor. The old boss was found a camera there. The police came in and arrested all of them. If she find out the guy's illegal evidence, she will be absolved. After the old boss arrested, the police found from other place 100,000 debt bills. It was keep as an evidence in Graham's office. Peg stole the key to set a fire on that bills. Peg was arrested again. She was sentenced to 10 years in prison. But those on the jury were all bank debtors. The evidence was burned, 'cause that, Peg had to stay in prison only 15 months. After 15 months, Peg is released from prison. Her family and 5 colleagues held a party to congratulate her. In the party, everyone gave her $20,000. They wanted her help them to make more money from this. Because they believe, Peg has ability to do that. Peg got others' support. She was really moved. Peg go to the toilet and think about how to make money. This girl is really brilliant. Only 10 minutes, she found out the way to earn money. She wanted to build a finance company. In Finance World Center, Ancient Wall Street. She started to raise. Peg succeeded and fulfilled her dream of becoming a Warren Buffett. Your competence is judged from confidence. As long as you are confident enough, you will easily become rich. This movie, Peg never say, I can't do. She's always talked to herself. I can do it. I definitely do it by myself. Thanks to her confidence, Peg became the highest salesman in the debt company. That the others can't do. But for her, it's very easy. When she was deducted salary by her boss, she didn't accept. She built her own company too against her old boss. When she gets problem, she don't give up. She used her intelligence to deal with these things. Peg main character is the picture of many people in real life. They have dream. Peg's dream is become a Warren Buffett. But her family condition didn't let her make dream come true. She both think about the way to earn money, and study hard to pass into a famous university. All this scene show that Peg's a effort person. Everyone tries to fulfill their dreams. Maybe they choose another way unlike Peg, but I'm sure that they're really effort to fulfill their dream. All effort deserves to be respected. That's the end of this film. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching and listening. See you in the next video.